the series, episode 3. This episode is about Flynn, who wants to find a role within the kingdom, and he decides after an incident with a burglar that the guards actually mess up and don't understand, and he catches them before the guards. Because he was an ex-criminal, that he would be good at being a guard, which makes sense. He doesn't have a tendency to follow authority because, he's so used to not doing that, and so it's hard for him to keep a job where he has to follow a bunch of rules. But when he's a guard, he's able to follow the rules and use his intuition of being a criminal beforehand to, catch criminals. And it's a really smart idea, and it's a really well-written episode for that reason. And this episode, Flynn goes through, trains to be a guard, and was able to save the day at the end of this episode. And now he's in charge of training guards and the expertise of how to understand criminals and how they work. And it's a really smart, well-written episode. I think the only part of this episode that's really weak is Rapunzel's part of the episode. Rapunzel's part of the episode is she's getting a painting done. Now, this is a typical plot in shows with royalty. There's an episode of Star vs. the Force Evil that has, kind of that kind of part of this has that kind of story beat, but it doesn't really connect to the Flynn part, and it's kind of a weaker part of the episode. It's not a terrible part of the episode. It's just like you kind of forget it's there, and I think they should have kind of merged the two parts of the episode together better and made them just a little bit stronger. But for the most part, it's a great episode. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10.